New comics come out tomorrow, but it's never too early to think about next week. Hey comic book fans, welcome to Comic Book Corner 2.0, and fans, you're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to bring you my top 10 most anticipated comic books. This is for August 21st, 2019. That's right, fans. New comic book day is tomorrow, but it's never too early to start getting your pull list for next week, so you know which comics to buy. So hopefully this list does help you. Guys, at any time, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that all-important notification button so you don't miss any content from me. Alright? So, before we jump into that top 10 book, though, those top 10 books, let's talk about the book that's on the hot seat, the one that's always on the fence for me lately, that I could possibly drop. And this one, this week, goes to Batman, issue 77. That's right. As the city of Bane continues, the whole story with Thomas Wayne and Gotham Girl, and Bane, I guess, is controlling the city and whatnot. I just don't find this story interesting to me. I don't know, honestly, where this story is really going. I mean, one point we have, you know, Catwoman with the whole marriage situation, then she disappears, and then Batman is like passed out, sick, he's not waking up, and now you got Bane controlling the city, and Thomas Wayne and Gotham Girl are there, and you got Damian, and you got Dick is there, or not Dick, or Tim Drake is there. I don't know, I just find the story all over the place. I just don't know what's going on with it, and I continue to read Batman because it's freaking Batman, right? I can tell you one really good thing, though, about this book right now is Tony S. Daniel is doing the artwork on it, and it looks freaking amazing. But the story itself is just very lackluster for me. It's not Batman for me recently, you know, I don't know. So that's the book that's on the hot seat. So let's move forward to the official countdown at number 10. And number 10 goes to Middle West. This is issue 10. Okay, this book is priced at $3.99, and this is obviously, if you guys have not read this book, this is a book about a boy named Abel. It's written by Scotty Young, and he goes on this journey because he is cursed with this thing that's called the Heart of the Storm. And when he actually gets angry, he turns into this crazy, like, tornadic monster. It kind of reminds you of Hulk a little bit. And he destroys everything around him, and he destroys the people around him as well. Now, he got this mark from his father. When him and his father got into this argument, he kind of passed on that mark to him. And, you know, Abel ran away from his father, and his father is also looking for him right now. So it is an interesting story. It has kind of, you know, I'm kind of getting a little bit tired of this story. I feel like there's not enough progression going on, but it is still a really solid book. So I definitely would suggest it, and if you read it, go out there and read it in trade, okay? All right, so let's move on to my number 9 most anticipated book. This one goes to Marvel Comics Presents. This is issue number 8. Now, this book is quite pricey. It's $4.99, okay? Now, in issue 6, it became a huge spec book because supposedly Wolverine's daughter was inside of it. And everyone's like, oh my god, what are they going to do with Wolverine's daughter, right? And in issue 7, it was revealed that it's not really Wolverine's daughter or Logan's daughter. So now, what is it going to be? That book is going to tank, that issue number 6? Well, that main story actually continues, and now there's another story that has to deal with Spider-Woman and whatnot. And so that's what Marvel Comic presents. It's a bunch of different stories, and some of them are good, some of them are not so good. And it's a good type of book where you can pick it up as a one-shot one month. You'll be like, oh, I like these characters in this book, and I can pick it up. You might not know the main story with the Wolverine story, but it's kind of the thing you have to pay if you want to read the other stories. So it might not be worth it to you. I've enjoyed it for what it is, but I don't know how long I can continue to hold on to it, though, with that $4.99 price point. I may have to drop it eventually. All right, So moving forward now, we move on to the number 8 most anticipated comic. And this one goes to Absolute Carnage versus Deadpool. Okay, I'm a little bit hesitant when it comes to these tie-ins, especially when it comes to Absolute Carnage. Now, the main event is absolutely beautiful. The first chapter, the second chapter, and third chapter of the first issue of Absolute Carnage were great. Okay, but again, that's written by Donny Cates, and the art is done by Ryan Stegman. What's going to happen in these tie-in books, these side stories, these one-shots? Are they going to be worth picking up? Or is it because it just has the Absolute Carnage thing, Marvel's trying to draw you in? Well, it could be both. You know, it could be a good story, or they could be trying to draw you in. It's got Deadpool in there. It's got Carnage in there. So let's see what happens. It says, let's get crazy. At long last, Deadpool is ready to get his head straight and checks himself into Ravencroft Institute. Unfortunately, there's another new arrival, Carnage. So what is going to happen in that? So is it worth your hard-earned dollars? I don't know. It's a $3.99 book. At least it's not $4.99. We'll see what happens. All right, so moving on to number 7. This one goes to Black Mask, You're the Villain, issue 1. I hate to say it, but DC for me this year has been kind of lackluster. There's been a lot of delays when it comes to their books. It's very disappointing. I find myself a little bit distant from what's going on in their universe right now. I mean, look at Shazam. It's delayed. Some of their other books recently just got delayed. Doomsday's Clock has taken years to finish. What is DC doing? What is it getting stale? You know, if you guys want to check into that topic more, you can check into my group channel at Comic Frontline, happening Tuesday night tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. If you guys watch this video today, you know, we're going to be talking about that story, you know, about DC Comics. But I'm looking forward to Black Mask, You're the Villain, issue 1, because I like Black Mask as a character. He's recently in Teen Titans, and he was recently kept in prison. So now he's actually gotten out. This book is $4.99 as well, mainly probably because of the cover. Maybe there's a few more pages, but he's one of the ruthless crime lords. He's had money, power, and respect. But after months in this Teen Titans secret prison, Roman Sias is finally free, given with new purpose and new abilities. So if you want to learn more about Black Mask, you might want to check this one out. So this is one of the few DC titles that I am looking forward to. All right, so moving forward, guys, to number 6. And speaking of DC, this is another one. This is one of my favorite titles from DC, and this is Teen Titans. This is issue 33. Recently, Crush had to do battle against Lobo had to do battle against Lobo's daughter, which is Crush, and it was a crazy fight. The Teen Titans wind up prevailing, but Lex Luthor gets a hold of Lobo, and now it looks like he's going to send Lobo back out. And it says, in the wake of the Terminus agenda and Crush's first encounter with Lobo, the Teen Titans begin again at Mercy Hall with a new mission and a new lease on life. So what happens going forward with this story with Crush and Lobo and the interactions of the team? Overall, this book has been solid. It's been a great book with story progression and character development. This is what I'm looking for when it comes to a team book, and this is one of the few shining stars for me that DC has this year, besides Naomi and whatnot. So yeah, really great stuff. I like it. This is number 6. Let's move on to number 5. And number 5 this week, it goes to Superior Spider-Man issue 10. This series has really climbed up the ranks for me. At first, I was kind of hesitant about it. I wasn't sure what Christos Gage is doing with this, but what he's doing with Otto here is he's given the character a lot of emotion. And I love how the character continues to grow. He's becoming a superhero before our eyes. And in this particular story arc, we're having Otto Octavius is doing battle against Norman Osborn from the Spider-Verse series. So that's going to be kind of cool. It's from Earth 44145. So that's going to be cool how Norman Osborn comes into the 616 universe doing battle against Otto Octavius there. So that's going to be cool. So looking forward to that one. All right, so my number 4 most anticipated comic for 8/21 goes to Ghost Spider issue 1. Yeah, they just recently rebooted this book, and now they're restarting it again with a new number 1. It was because Spider-Gwen from Spider-Geddon went into a different Earth, and now she's back, I think, in the main 616 universe again. I think. I'm not 100% sure where she's ended up with, but the last story was really good, and the same creative team is on this book, so I can expect it to be just as good. The description says, Gwen Stacy makes her way to the Marvel Universe. With a cloud of infamy hanging over her head on Earth 65, so that's where she was, Gwen Stacy now travels to Earth 616 for superhero action and school? So, yes, she's back now she's in the 616, okay? She helped Spider-Man in Spider-Geddon, then she went to the other Earth, and now she makes her way here. The issue that I have with this Spider-Gwen going into 616, does it become a problem like how Miles Morales is in the 616? Miles Morales worked really good in his own universe, right? As soon as he came to 616, I always felt like it's been a struggle to fit him in this universe, to have his own bad guys, to have his own supporting cast, to try to separate himself from Spider-Man. I felt like it's been a struggle. How's it going to be now with Gwen Stacy, or this version of Gwen Stacy in the main universe? That does raise a concern for me, but I'm anxiously awaiting it because the creative team here is really good, and they wrote Gwen in a fantastic way. Can't speak. All right, so let's move on to number 3. And number 3 goes to Guardians of the Galaxy. This is issue 8. This is the death of Rocket story that continues, and what happens in this book looks like that they're recruiting Rocket to go on this mission to try to rescue Peter Quill and whatnot. So that is going to be kind of cool. And it looks like Rocket's got no choice, instead of dying, to try to help Groot and some of the other Guardians of the Galaxy to get them back. So that's going to be a cool story. The first issue of the story arc was really well done as well. The artwork is good. I love the team with Beta Ray Bill in it. Donny Cates is the writer of this. I definitely recommend this if you're a Guardians fan. It gives it something fresh, and that's what I like about it. All right, so what's number 2? Well, number 2 goes to Powers of X. This is issue 3. Yeah, I loved... Now I'm getting them all confused. This is it Powers of 10 in the House of X? I don't even know. All as I know is this past week I read House of X issue 2, and it had to do with Mora, and we found out that she's a mutant and she reincarnates every time she dies. So that was a really great issue, and this time we get it's the Powers of 10. And so I don't know what to expect from this book because I do this video a week ahead of time almost. So I haven't read the most upcoming issue, but so far I'm enjoying the overall series as a whole, both books together, and I find myself more and more intrigued the more I read, and I can't wait to see what Hickman does, what this leads into with the X-Men, and hopefully we'll all be huge X-Men fans again, right? All right. So last but not least, my number 1 most anticipated comic of the week goes to Valkyrie. This is issue 2. Now, the first issue was really, really freaking awesome as we get to see the everyday life of Jane Foster and how she's trying to balance her life as a doctor and as a superhero, or a Valkyrie, because it has a job. There's a meaning behind it now. She's not just the god of thunder, and the book had it was a really good thing with balancing action, character development, and an awesome cliffhanger with Bullseye holding that sword. He's in control of this Pegasus, and it just enhances his powers, and Valkyrie has the all-weapon. I mean, it's just a freaking cool-ass book, and so if you were on the fence about picking up Valkyrie, I definitely suggest pick up this issue and try to pick up issue 1 if it's still there. It says the deadliest shot in the world in the Marvel Universe just got his hands on the sword of a god with the Asgardian weapon Dragon Fang. So that's the name of the sword. I think it's a great book. It was a great first issue. I can't wait to see what happens. The powers of Valkyrie is really cool as well. Just great stuff. I have nothing but great things to say about that first issue. It was my #1 comic of the week when it came out. I'm hoping great things from it. So there you guys have it. There are my top 10 most anticipated comics of the week for 8/21/19. Now, guys, hopefully I helped you make decisions on what comics to pick up. I want to hear which books you're looking forward to picking up. And again, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so once again, you don't miss any content from me. So guys, until our next comic book review, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye.